All right, let's get straight to it. Have you ever heard the term, the truth is stranger than fiction? All right. This is one topic that I wanted to go over. I'm going to make it short, sweet, and fast. All right. Curse of Ham. That is a false Christian doctrine. Nowhere in the scriptures does it say curse of Ham. Ham was not cursed. His son Canaan was cursed. All right. They implement this false doctrine because they're trying to say Noah was a white man. All right. And Shem and Japheth was white, and only Ham was black. So Ham being cursed, black people come from Ham. That's why black people are cursed. That is false. That is erroneous. All right. Noah and all three of his sons were men of color, and the so-called black people in the Americas and scattered throughout the world comes from Shem. Okay, let's get to it. Genesis 9. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father and told his two brethren without. And Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it upon their shoulders and went backwards and covered the nakedness of their father, and their faces were backwards, and they saw not their father's nakedness. And Noah awoke from his wine and knew what his younger son had done unto him, and said, Cursed be Canaan, cursed be Canaan. A servant of servants shall he be unto his brethren. All right. So what do we get from this? What truly happened? This is what truly happened. Ham had sex with his father's wife. Okay. That is why when he told his two brethren about it, they came in with the garment and they turned their face backwards and laid it over their father's nakedness. Okay. That's the truth. And the scriptures will speak for themselves to provide clarity on this matter, this subject here. Okay. Because there's a lot of false information, misinformation, disinformation that's perpetrated when it comes to Genesis 9. Okay. Because we know for a fact that during the flood, only Noah, his wife, his three sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and their three wives were the only survivors. Okay. So with that being said, as you see, Canaan was cursed and he was a servant. Okay. And this all comes full circle. Later on, I'll expound upon that. Leviticus 20:10-11, KJV. And the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death. And the man that lieth with his father's wife have uncovered his father's nakedness. Uncovered his father's nakedness. Both of them shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. Okay? Boom. That's what happened. This has the same terminology in it that Genesis 9 uses. Okay? That's what happened. But this law in Leviticus was implemented way later with the Israelites. Okay? Ham could not be put to death during that time because he was needed to fulfill Bible prophecies, because he had Cush and Cush had Nimrod. All right. And when you read the scriptures, they play a pivotal point throughout the entire scriptures, especially Nimrod. Okay. And then, as we know, once the Israelites were taken out of captivity, the Egyptian captivity, what happened? They was brought to the land of Canaan. That was their chosen land. Okay. So with that being said right there, you have to understand how everything went into full circle and what was supposed to happen. All Canaan lineage were supposed to be taken out, but we know that didn't happen. But anyway, that was it. 5 minutes explaining this, destroying the false doctrine, and I'm out. More to come.